for 2.5 hours, and he detailed what foreign governments are aware of the fact that Barack Obama was born in Kenya. Also, he's one that advised me that he has close contacts in the FBI and the CIA, and believe it or not, according to him, they have vetted Barack Obama, and they know he's born in Kenya, but they can't disclose. We subpoenaed those records, and it came back, and they gave us a block on it. And I think that sets up Barack Obama for blackmail from inside our country or outside of our country, and I think that's why this issue has to get resolved. And that's why I think Barack Obama owes it to everyone. You know who he owes it to? Every citizen in this country. But even more so, the 18 million people that voted for him. I now have individuals that voted for him calling me up and saying, you know, I had a black gentleman the other day from Atlanta, Georgia. He says, I want a black to be president, but not this black, because if he can't come forth and show he's qualified, I don't want him to be president.
Mr. Berger, you're misstating two things. Sarah Obama's maternal step-grandmother. She's not a blood relative. She's the grandmother of someone else that Mr. Obama married. Also, Ron McRae's transcript that's in the affidavit is not the whole tape. The whole tape's available on YouTube. I talked to him 2 weeks ago and listened to it. As the conversation goes on, the other translators realize they misstated it, and they say multiple times that no, Mr. Obama was born in Kenya. He was born in Hawaii.
No. First off, that's other relatives. When she's saying he was born, she was in the hospital in Kenya. Other relatives are yelling, young relatives yelling, no, he was born in Hawaii, because they're told what to say. She's.
Put that whole transcript in the affidavit, then you cut it off before they correct it.
Oh, at the right time, we'll produce that document, and there's no problem with that. I mean, that statement was made. It's other young relatives who are trying to make other statements. She's 85. She's the paternal grandmother.
Step-grandmother.
Why is she the step-grandmother?
It's not. It's a different wife he had. Or let's go back into it.
Step. Okay, well, even step. But she states she was in the hospital when he was born on August 4th, 1961. I'm not trying to make up things, okay? Are you referring to our tape, or are you referring to the false video audio tape?
Ron McRae's tape, and I interviewed him about the tape, and I've written about this in Slate. He explained that he agrees with you that the Vitalis and the other guys in the room are changing the story, but it comports with the tape where they're just, the translators think they misunderstood him. I just wonder why you don't put that entire thing in the affidavit.
There's also a YouTube that shows her stating it with an interpretation.
No, that's wrong. No, that's incorrect. No, that's, wait, hold on. No, let me clarify. I'll follow up on this audio. I'll try to check that out, the audio. But there is a video out there which has her speaking Swahili with a translation across the screen, and that is false. That document is false. What she is saying is not what they're putting on the screen. That's someone out there, I don't know who, trying to discredit basically all of us. That document is false. Our document is correct, and I'll follow up with that with you.
If I can mention something. You know, with Sarah Obama, first of all, she is a step-grandmother. However, she raised his father. As you recall, if you read Corse's book and Obama's book, she raised him. So she pretty much took place of the grandmother. But what about the ambassador of Kenya, this excellent Peter Oginga? I have a CD and a transcript made by two people, Miss Lisa Ostella and Mr. Bob Stevens, that have been helping me. He speaks perfect English. He was asked, will there be a memorial in the birthplace, at the birthplace of Barack Obama, the president-elect? And she said, absolutely, it's already in the works. You want to tell me that he didn't speak enough English? He didn't understand what was asked? No. Later, what he did, he probably was threatened that he needs to backpedal, and he said, well, it was taken out of context. Sorry, I have the CD. It was not taken. Well, anybody can take, if I threaten you with a gun, you will take back anything, you will take back your mother. It doesn't mean that when you are on the spot, you are not telling the truth. And this is something that can be brought to court, because this was not rehearsed, it was not prepared before. He was asked and he told the truth. And you as a reporter should be looking after the truth and not looking how to get Barack Obama out of the tight spot, because Barack Obama is not eligible. And by the way, you asked why there are no more lawsuits. If you, the reporters, would have been doing investigating reporting, we will bring more lawsuits. If you want to take upon yourself, I'll give you the leads. Do investigative reporting. Your stations have a lot of money. If you help us with funds and investigating reporting, we'll help you, definitely. You know, let me just say one more thing. Yeah, well, here's another factual issues. A number of volunteers have called each and every hospital in Hawaii, and no one had any record of either Obama or his mother ever being hospitalized there. Why don't you follow up on this and put it in affidavit? How about something else that is of concern? One of those hospitals was a hospital where supposedly his mother died of cancer. And this is really strange. Miss Lisa Ostella, that is doing research for me, has found out, has pulled her social security number, and it's 535-408522. You can pull the social of a deceased person, and it shows as active. And there are a number of addresses in Hawaii and in New York. Why don't you, all of you, do some investigative reporting and uncover the truth and give me information. Who is this woman using social security number of N. Suetoro? She went under the name N. Satoro, S-U-T-O-R-O, and it's the address of and phone number of the Ford Foundation, where she used to work, same Ford Foundation where she stated like $450 million was collected. Please do me a favor. Why don't you do some investigative reporting and call me? I'll be happy to get this information, okay? Okay, ready?
Yes, ma'am. Which organization? Okay, thank you.
We the people want to be sponsoring this delegate?
We'll get it off the ground, yes. We don't know where that location will be. The fellow that was here from the Virginia Chronicle, is that a daily? I meant to ask that. Is anyone familiar with that? I wanted to talk to him about the possibility of Charlottesville and Monticello. We have a very large mailing list, and we post articles whenever we have something to say. We put it on our website, and then we send it to our full mailing list. That's how we operate, and that's what we'll continue to rely on. By the way, we have there's 3,141 counties in America, and of course 50 states. We have through our website the ability, there are 3,141 county websites through our website and 50 websites. And that's how we'll get, when we get going, when this Congress gets underway, that's the medium that we'll use to keep the news going back to the counties and the states. We'll use that We the People Congress website, WeThePeopleCongress.org website. Yes. Oh, I hadn't heard that. Oh, gee. I'd like to ask the cameraman, do you have a mic there that picked up the comments of this lady? Oh, possibly. It was there. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, one thing is that the Taiwan government just did a bipartisan clean out of all their electoral issues concerning false, votes, false candidates, and I've told them what they did. That's a good thing in front of us right now to see that this can be done. We also played the radio broadcast of the DJs, and we researched it thoroughly with our head of our radio station before we played it. I talked to an ambassador, and she checked it out, and I believe that the thing is accurate. And the other thing that astounds me is that on all the radio and television broadcasts that I've watched of Phil Berg, no one ever says that he was the former deputy attorney general. He was a lifelong Democrat that had to do with nominations and electoral votes, and he did raise his voice, and he did question. If he didn't have standing, who did? And the last thing is, what you just said about that, I didn't make the point when I finished, but where I was headed with this thing is everybody thought NAFTA was a conspiracy, but the Amero government toppling and Canada shutting down the parliament and what's going on with Sharia law is a strong indication that there are people who don't care about the fuddy-duddy old Constitution when you want to move it as the final barrier out of the way.
Young man, sir, it sounds like, I don't know if you got all your questions answered, but it really does sound like you need to spend some time with Orly and Phil and this young lady to try and get to the bottom of those. Yes?
For Ms. Orly, if you need, I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii, and if you need any list of any of the hospitals in that state, I've been to most of them already, so I'll be more than happy to supply anybody.
What I need is death certificates for the mother and the grandmother. I want to know if a foreigner